A statistical story is one in which the data is not simply recited in words. Instead, it tells a story based on the information. Readers or audience are more likely to remember ideas than details. A statistical story conveys a message to readers by telling them what happened, who did it, where it occurred, and ideally why and how it occurred. Such stories become a crucial tool for corporates where they need to disseminate their statistics to the public for marketing in understandable and entertaining language. This is why it's critical to comprehend data and transform it into actionable insights. Statistical stories enable organizations to communicate critical statistics straightforward and in a convincing way. So it results into business change and action. And here are a few things that you should do to make a good statistical story for marketing, funding pitching, crowdfunding, or board presentation, etc. There are basically four things. Number one, determine the plot of your story. Finding a story worth telling is the first step in telling a successful statistical story. To find answers, you can start by posing a question of formulating a hypothesis, then compiling and digging into relevant data. Consider the following questions when you are considering various stories. For example, what exactly are you attempting to convey? What are the objectives? Are you attempting to gain support for a proposal? There are various approaches of using statistics to reveal a story, and the story you set out to tell might not be the story you discover. Consider the following methods to help you define a theme and create a framework for your account as you collect and evaluate your statistics. Seek out connections. What are the relations between the data you see? Are there any unexpected or intriguing connections? These connections can serve you as a strong base for a plot. Then recognize patterns. Trends show the direction in which something is evolving or developing. Is there, for example, development in a specific product or service that your company provides? Are there more number of consumers? Perhaps you'd like to see how your social media traffic has changed over time. You might find that some days or during certain periods, you have higher sale and sometimes you have lower sale. Or sometimes you have more traffic, sometimes you have less traffic. It is critical to recognize new or emerging trends in your industry to understand how your organization can adapt and plan. The same way how your company can solve people's problem in case of writing a marketing related statistical story. Then compare and contrast. Comparison and contrasting will aid in the discovery of exciting associations and understand how and why data is related to one another. And then finally look for anomalies or any differences or changes. Data that doesn't suit the rest of your data set can still be helpful. Any data that behaves abnormally or beyond the standard is referred to as an outlier. Look for outliers and figure out why do they exist. What is causing the data to behave in this manner? What is the root of the problem? Perhaps you can come across a more valuable story. Pay attention to data that contradicts your assumptions. Are there any unexpected results when evaluating patterns or comparing data? What could be causing these outcomes? See, surprising stories stick for a longer period, so surprise them. Number 2, keep in mind who you are speaking to. Very important. When creating and sharing statistical stories, keep in mind who are you talking to. It won't have to be a very complicated story, but it may also not need to be very simple story. For example, if you're talking to the technocrats, the technical people, you can easily integrate the statistics, the hard statistics, okay, because they would understand. But if you're talking to the board of directors or the people about some technical thing, you need to simplify it. Okay, so the age, demographics, profession, and subject matter knowledge, etc. of your audience will impact how they interpret and react to your stories. As you build your plot, you may consider few questions. For example, who is my intended audience? Does it provide needed information? Is it a solution to a problem they care about? Is this story interesting to my target audience? Is this a story they have not heard before? So once you answer these questions, you will be able to have a better understanding of your target audience. Number 3, now of course, develop your story. With your data in hand and your target audience in mind, you can begin crafting a story. Consider the following questions before developing your story, like who are you conversing with? Okay. Then what do you want your audience or reader to feel or do as a result of your presentation? What statistics would you use to support your argument? Okay. A story is more than just a summary of your data. Okay. Instead, your reader or audience should be taken on a ride by a suitable statistical story. To accomplish this, you may keep few questions in mind. For example, what is the situation like? What's the point of telling the story? What is the hook to pick the audience's interest? Who are the main characters in this story? What is the source of the conflict, if there is any? What are the options for resolving the issue? What ideas or steps can we take? What are the benefits? What value do you add? What are your recommendations? So see, once you have these answers, then you'll be able to develop a better story. And once you have developed, the show time. Show and explain your message with visuals. Finally, the successful statistical story or data story necessitates the use of visuals. When engaging with non-technical audience, visuals are an important and effective way to engage them and increase retention. Like if you put everything in a table with a lot of raw data, people may not understand. But if you create a graph or a chart, it will improve the understanding. You see, if they understand it through the visuals, then the retention of that data and engagement increases. Visualizing the data stories improve understanding on all levels. Data visualization combined with storytelling allows you to simplify details, highlight the most relevant data, and communicate key points quickly. So choose the visualization tools that will make the data easier to grasp and communicate with your audience. And there are many ways to do it. For example, flowcharts, graphs, infographics, etc. You can pick the best based on your target audience and the type of data you want to present.